being here. And we're going to start the night like this. And you doze on, nose to the wall. This mizzle fits me like a sad jacket. How did we make it up to your attic? You handed me gin in a glass bud vase. We slept like stones. Lady, what am I doing? With a lung full of dust and a tongue of wood. Knee deep in the cold, swamped by flowers. Leaving early. Sylvia Plath. Welcome, welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. Y'all. Come on, get excited. Welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, that's right, the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We do this as we have been week after week. Welcome to episode 71. We do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching on one of these streams on YouTube, or you watch the recording later and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe. We're going to show you this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York City Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/contribute. Every dollar helps and every dollar counts. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoom word, Stu and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. All the way up in the BX. It's my dude, man. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme. Mama, I made it. Top of the world. Top of the world. What does that mean to you? What plateau did you reach where you felt like you had to scream that to the heavens? Like, Mama, I made it. Can you see me, baby? Right? that's what we're dealing with this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that is still totally cool because we are still looking forward to all the incredible genius that you will be sharing with us this evening. This is our last theme for April. So all of you who are taking the National Poetry Month 30 for 30 challenge, please finish strong. All right. It's been a long month, a lot of artwork going on. Please finish strong. All right. So next week's theme, which will be the 1st of May, coming at you. It will be integrity, standing on business. SOB, right? I know I don't need to explain this. I know I don't. All these incredible artists in here, no one needs to know the definition of this one right here. However, please dig all the way in because I'm looking forward to what every single artist in this room feels about integrity. Here is a look at our upcoming themes for the month of May. It's gonna be exciting, y'all. So let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. As you're coming to the mic, have your artwork ready. And as you're coming with your artwork ready, keep in mind you have 3 minutes to rock plus a 30-second intro to let the world know how they can connect with you and all the incredible things that you do. Change your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to connect with you. And before or after you get down, place your information into the chat so we can continue to grow and build the greatest community in the world. We have reached that time of night where all the sensitive ears should be exiting the building because there are explicit lyricists in our community and they may even bring about some triggering flashbacks. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Look around and get cute, man. Get the boot all the way from the BX, man. Don't play around. This is a living, breathing trigger warning, what we do, all right? Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. Share all of that energy, all of it. We're going to make sure it maintains the rowdiest night of the week, all right? Especially what's going on tonight. It's going to be rowdy anyway. So share all that energy with the room, and it will be returned to you by every artist this evening. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org, click on the Thursday that you want to get down, and you need an artist, RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they don't populate until 24 hours before the show. Also, make sure you are checking in on the tickets, all right, because the last ticket came today, this afternoon, all right? So make sure you are plugging in, all right? If you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the New Eurekan Bowery Slam. That stage goes hard. Shout out Luna Rosa. Shout out J Rose. It's an amazing space. Only sharks need apply, though, for real. Also, at the Lower East Side Center, the open mic with, shout out Soul Preem, an amazing space. They also stream that on YouTube. Make sure you plug in. Also, the Bowery Slam, it does show up on IG Live. So keep your eye open. Final Friday Slam is coming, y'all. Hosted by, shout out Tony McPherson. This month, it will be virtual, all right? And guess what? It comes in at the amazing price of free $99, all right? Plus, one of our own will be in the building. So make sure you plug in tomorrow night, all right? And the Know Thyself Meditative Space hosted by, shout out Charlie Vasquez. So much going on. Make sure you are plugging in, all right? Tonight's list, all of these incredible artists came to get down, y'all. You feel me? Let's do it. Here's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? What's good? I see some new faces in the building. I see some of the usual suspects in the building. It's great to see all of your beautiful artistry. Like, you can't see the goosebumps that's going on right now, but I'm so excited to see all of y'all. Let's get it started, y'all. Let's get it started. So, as I'm posting the list into the chat, It's gonna be a good night, folks. You know why? Because anytime this gentleman is in the set it off spot, he just has a way of doing it. Our resident blacksmith is in the building. This gentleman, his pen is always sharp. You're about to find out why. The one and only Michael Sindler is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hey, thanks, Elemental. Great to see you. Great to see everybody. Definitely great to see some new faces in here. That's always a good thing. Keeping it a living, breathing organism. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and put up my little sign for lighthousewriters.org, which is a wonderful organization. And you should check it out, especially in the fact that their big annual Lit Fest is starting in June. June 6th is the beginning of it. And there are some amazing classes taught by some fantastic visiting authors, as well as the usual crowd of great writers. And those are filling up really quick. So lighthousewriters.org, check it out. You were saying, yeah, this is the end of the special month for us. And I thought I'd go back and look at some of the other things I'd done for 30/30s for National Poetry Month over the years. And thought I'd start with this one. I think I did this in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. It's a series called The Deadly Sins. And the first one is anger. Will you let your anger eat you? Acid bath of fury, dissolving self in wrath. Will you bottle it as a Molotov, toss to splash, breaking flash, crash of glass? Will you let hurt loose, add shake of bass, achieve elemental equilibrium? Do not let poison be your prescription. And the second one is avarice. There is no all that will sate your desire. To have it all is the saddest self-deception. To truly have all is to let go, not to grab, to let go and let the good of all be the object of the quest, the good of all in every fiber and element, every being less tortured through your effort, every step a softer one, every touch infused with love. Radiate peace, let peace radiate into your innermost being. That is having it all. And the third is greed. What is this need? Where is the source from which sour springs to curdle contentment? What is worth the hurt? What responds to such a bitter touch? What is grabbed that does not break or flake away? And the next one is lust. Between two trees, fire rages, both passionately wait for its many tongues, wait to feel the same flame the other feels, wait to be devoured, hoping to topple into each other as wood is charred into carbon. Perhaps in aeons yet to come, combined coal will compress ashes of their desire, becoming one shimmering diamond. And we're up to envy now. His mind a maze of rattling thought, he approached the Mahatma. Swamji, he pleaded, I want to be where you are. The old man stroked his beard, locking kind eyes on supplicant, he answered, You are. His smile a flicker that lit pure flame. You are, he said. And so they were. And now pride. When hoarded accumulation grew so high, it threatened to slide and fall. Squandered wealth, dusty and patinaed, worthless in inaction, demanded reformation. A different division took shape, each special gem placed in needy palm, each piece of fortune furthering fulfillment, no longer a heavy heaving hillock, each stone a start to start a blessing. And now we're finally down to sloth. Movement almost imperceptible, not in accordance with your clocks. Drift, count 1,000 lives, breath by breath. Slide, rubbing canyon into being, filling chasm with wet silt. Turn, ride blue ball into infinity. And just going to read this one from 2023, just so I don't have just 1 year, because we got to do this every year, folks. So this one is called No Less Real. They say in the end, all is dust and DNA, swept or blown away, no less real a form than ours. Everything's distilled from stars. Okay, thank y'all.
Everything's distilled from stars. Would that make your voice part of that also, sir? I mean, it sounds like it to me. I'm just saying, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sandler.
That was my favorite line too. Everything is distilled from stars. You grabbed me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in that camp too. That's the one that really clobbered me. Thanks again, Michael.
Yeah, you're pretty amazing, sir. Again, when you start the show, it's something very different. You set the starship in a motion that no one else can. Thank you, sir, for doing what you do, and for giving us all the deadly sins, really, and having something very distinct for every single sin. I absolutely love that, right? And the second one, you said every touch infused with love, right? For lust, you said becoming one shimmering diamond. In the fifth one, you said his eyes a flicker that sparked pure flame. And for the sloth, you said not in accordance with your clocks. I just love that. When you're going onto your own zone, when you're in your own world, time is insignificant. Thank you for doing what you do, sir, and sharing it with us. Look, folks, make sure you plugging into lighthousewriters.org. This gentleman would not be continuously checking out this organization if they were not 100% real. Make sure you plug in. Appreciate you, Michael Sandler. All right. Starship is underway, folks. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman right here, I continue to say, has a way to just make things stick to your bones, man. I'm telling you, he's like a master of chicken soup, man. I'm telling you, chicken soup for the soul is this dude right here. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. And I'm sure tonight's going to be no different. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental and everybody. Feel free to post and follow on my Alan Gary Facebook page. Tonight's theme to the top, well, I'm going to share with you how I got there by slamming my beats for you tonight. And here we go. I could not read when I was a child, isolated from my ABCs like a ghost in a classroom. Teachers at school, like cartoon villains with magical powers, mocked me. Well, surviving first grade consisted of being someone else, slipping into jester, rebel, or invisible, rendering me impervious to the many slings and arrows of classmates who grasped their straws while I grasped the nothing, and their teacher overlord seeking to diminish me even further. Stupid was a nickname I did not want to ever earn. At any cost, I sought to avoid it. A fate worse than death was to be marked as the least smart in a class whose students all had the challenges of life and burdens of beginning stigmas society would soon enough thrust upon them. Sanctuary came at home from my loving mother, who unconditionally was able to intuitively understand what I needed and was able to deliver, guiding me with weekend trips to places in my imagination, plus a little help from books from the library, which she first read to me, then I gifted back to her. Mom was my superhero protector, shielding and teaching me with love, patience, and guidance. Afternoons spent in a small upstairs Brooklyn apartment, able to soar through skies, visiting cultures once unknown, now more friend to me than everyday school encounters. Tilting at windmills, which consisted of images of words on paper, no longer looked like a blank slate, just as my soul used to feel, learning that I could learn with my mom teaching me that I am worthy. Now I had hope, and here I am, no one's fool, now a master's degree in hand, teaching English to immigrants from different lands. Potential was there. Just took my mom to make me aware. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, shout out moms, man. Moms are the dopest, for real, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, I always
There you go,
enjoy the
Alan.
work,
Nicely
but that
done.
just-
Nicely done.
Yeah,
Alan,
that's really hit my heart so hard. You know, a lot of us aren't fortunate enough to have wonderful parents, and more power to them. But some of us are, and are incredibly grateful for it. So
Alan, I heard your other, well, I did that, start again. I heard a different version of this one, and this one, like, it's together and you reading it, it's really good. Like, it's ready for
Thank you.
sure.
That's what's going to the competition.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Alan, that my mom had to teach me how to read too. Or like in other words, she pulled me out of school because I couldn't learn the way they were teaching. This
Yeah,
was
she
in
spent
the
hours.
80s.
Yeah, every
Yep.
day after school, weekends. I could not do it in school, and it felt terrible, but it felt loving with my mother. So she's my hero, and I wanted to share that.
It's
yeah, well,
beautiful,
you
just
got it
beautiful,
across.
Alan.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, y'all are amazing. Like, I need y'all to know that, right? Even with the most difficult of poems, you still bring all of your energy and all of your true essence to it, right? I love how you started it off. You said teachers at school like cartoon villains. And listen, as an educator, I feel that because students look at teachers just like that sometimes, right? With little help from books from the library, absolutely. Mom was my superhero protector. Man, shout out moms, right? Because mine was too. Shout out moms, for real. And for the folks, like Michael Sindler said, who may not have had that experience, I hope that there was someone in your life that was that kind of beacon for you, right? That helped you calibrate your focus, right? Whether it's a teacher, an auntie, a grandmom, and them, like, it's amazing. The fact that you're readying that for a competition, I saw the difference when you stand up, sir. Yeah, you're putting in the work. You're putting in the work. Your competitors are gonna have pretty tough time with you, sir. Continue to do what you do. Thank you for sharing it with us. All right, coming up next, yo, this cat with all the energy. Look, he got his signature smile already strapped in. Always got a rhyme that's right on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Eddie, always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Thank you, my brother, like no others word like thunder. And thank you for our host that we love the most, that never boast. Going to coast. Hello, my name is Ed Potassium, Little Fantastic. Please, it's time to join my rhyme. Follow Sublime. We're gonna have a heck of a time. Okay, this is called Ode. Let's celebrate you for everything you do. Thank you very much. It's okay to openly blush. Why are you thanking me? You're the ode in my poetry. I personally don't know you, but I'm not sadly blue. I don't know your name, yes, but I'm not ashamed. Do you know the rain that washed away the pain? Do you know the sun who was the pinnacle of fun? Do you know the earth never stopped giving birth? Do you know the wind that tickles your chin? Do you know the sea that's balanced and free? Do you know the seeds that grows for your needs? Do you know the stars shooting near and far? Do you know your house or that pesky little mouse? I'm trying to prove a point. I don't have a PowerPoint. You know what I mean? Please be more green. I'm just showing you love, and the skies rain down above. I know I sound strange, but I'm not deranged. I'm not high on weed or blinded by greed. I'm not selling you anything because it's love or nothing. Don't be too judgmental. It's about heart, not mental. I'm showing my appreciation. You're a perfect model of creation. You're not perfect, but you try. You're a lovely woman or guy. Thank you.
I'm telling you, this dude just has a way of bringing just positive energy. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Yeah, that's
It,
great.
it's love or nothing.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yes, for every girl, guy, and whatever you choose to identify as.
I mean, I love when you come with those universal truths, Eddie. Really, because you still breathe so much positive. It's like when people see a shooting star and they wish on it, like that's Eddie. Like really. So maybe we should just call it wishing upon an Eddie. I don't know. But I really, really do love what you do, sir. You really do make it a point to make sure your poetry is so positive and so uplifting, right? The seed that grows for your needs, right? I know I sound strange, but I'm not deranged. I promise you he's not. um, it's about heart, not mental. Absolutely. When you put your feelings into something, it comes out just like that, sir. Thank you for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us. I love that dude. He's so on point. Appreciate you, Eddie. All right. I don't see the maestro. We will come back. We will come back. So that means coming up next, this incredible gentleman right here, whether he has his instrument or not, he is just such an incredible artist, right? From his songwriting to the books that he writes, to the jokes that he tells, the way that he uses his instrument. This cat's all kinds of incredible. The one and only Catman Bill is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you, Catman. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental, but I just can't live up to those accolades. You know that. But anyway, I have a short story. I had to cut it down, take the first page out because it's just too lengthy. It's still going to be a few seconds over. So let me just run right into it fast. Speaking of school, this is called The Snake, Serpent, and Me at the Cathedral of St. Joseph's School. Leading up to it, I once upon a time had a couple of garter snakes, and I decided to take one to school. And I cut a little milk carton box and put grass in it, and put my little buddy inside, and put him in my blazer pocket, and went off to school. I went. I'm in 5th grade at St. Joseph Cathedral School on Asylum Avenue in Hartford, Connecticut, and Sister Stanislaus is the homeroom teacher. I take the snake out from inside my desk. I want to show my new snake friend to someone. Diane Doolittle is the girl sitting next to me. Maybe this is my 11-year-old brain showing off my snake to her as a symbol of the one hanging between my legs. Diane screams as I stretch out my arm holding the snake. I point it to her. Well, Sister jumps up from her desk to investigate the commotion, and as she quickly realizes the situation while staring at this little snake in my fist, runs from the classroom screaming, "Get out of here now!" But Sister, it's only a garter snake. Get out of my classroom! Even at such a young and innocent age, I sense I've just started something that is now spinning out of control. I don't think Diane ever held hands after that day with me. The Sister of Mercy runs from the room while shrieking as her black habit flows behind like a witch on a stick. And that poor little snake is probably trying to figure out why he isn't still under that forest rock with his mom. Sister Stanislaus pops her head back through the doorway and yells at me again, "Take the snake and get out of my room now." Maybe she thinks that my little garter snake is the serpent snake representation of the devil from Roman Catholic scripture. What should I do with the snake? I don't care that about your problem, she screams. Get out of here now. I place it in the back of my box, in my little box. I brought it with him and put the box back in my blazer side pocket. I walk around the hallways alone with my little squirmy buddy. I don't know what I'm going to do now. All the kids are in the classrooms unaware of this major security breach unfolding in their midst. Security would probably be called if the principal's office knew about this. I find a place to put the snake in the back of the great stairwell that separates the classrooms from the auditorium and the sports department. After school, I go back to pick up my friend, but he has escaped, probably through the little holes I punched out for him to breathe. I'll never find him, and I feel real bad over the fate I have chosen for Mr. Snake. The nuns are at first proud to interpret my presence with a Jewish last name as a biblical prophecy of Jewish conversion, even though I wasn't converted. My mom is Sicilian and very Roman Catholic. By fifth grade, they're having serious doubts about this conversion idea. They have never fully forgiven me for bringing my squiggly little snake friend to school. There's a little devil lurking in each of us, isn't there? End of story. Thank you.
Sometimes it's little, sometimes it's monstrous, but damn it, you're on point, sir, as usual. Unmute yourself, give it up for Cat, man. Bill.
They did eventually expel me in seventh grade. They couldn't handle me anymore.
So you never found the snake again?
No, he crawled out of the hole, of course, and then he wound up dying in the place that I had put him. Yeah.
Can I tell you, Catman, that the library I work at in Minnesota used to be known as the Snake Library because we had so many garter snakes coming in.
Oh, no kidding.
So the spirit of your garter snake still is alive, you know.
Well, I like all kinds of animals, but garter snakes. And anyway, it was just something that I impulsively did, and God knows why I did it. Probably because of a need for attention. I'm sure that's it. And yeah.
It was beautiful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for an incredible story. I'm pretty sure the nuns at that school still wake up screaming, Catman! Damn it. No, he left a long time ago. That damn snake. You're just incredible. Really. He said, but sister, it's only a garter snake. It's only a garter snake, right? But to her, it might as well have been a whole demon. Like, I cast thee out. You know? But amazing, sir. Really. I am thankful that you do what you do and you continue to share it with us. Thank you for your genius, sir. We appreciate you. All right. Slight change to the next 5 because we're going to make sure that we make space for all these incredible new voices. Coming up next, speaking of new voices, listen, for some reason, I feel like I know this cat. I feel like I've seen this cat somewhere. So, welcome to the greatest community in the world, Mr. Mark States. Please let the world know where, without giving us your, home address, where in the world are you plugging in from, sir?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, Carolina in the building. Let's go. It is great to see you, sir. Let these folks know where they can find you and all the incredible things that you do. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Please take it away.
You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Oh, why? Who's going to drive you home tonight? Scenery slowly streams by on the bus ride home, leafless limbs of trees stoic in their emptiness. A white and light green fire plug, and a few feet away its neighbor, the overflowing public trash receptacle with fast food bags and napkins hanging out of its mouth and a cherry soda on top. Sun-faded newspaper covers the windows of a shop long closed to business while gossip about what happened continues. Scenery and bus amble through big city traffic, stopping and starting as people get on or get off, but I barely notice which. Eyes stay focused on the window as this ride is not a pleasure. I didn't mean to turn you on. The title of a popular song that came out of her mouth, entered my ears, and plummeted to the bottom of my soul like Wile E. Coyote to the desert floor, complete with body-shaped crater and puff of dust. It was my fault, I suppose, for not knowing the difference between I'm flirting with you because I like you and I'm flirting with you because I'm new on this job and need you to like me so I can keep this job. Wisdom comes after the train wreck. I said something. She hit the pneumatic brakes, but it was too late. Scenery slowly streams by on the bus ride home, lifeless lumps of soul stoic in their coldness, a burning and rising bile ejecting like slow-moving lava from a throat that would rather cry out its regrets in a vain prayer for some sort of vindication, while certainly gossip about what really happened will continue tomorrow. It was the same way I felt, tray in hand, asking the cool kids, "Can I sit with you?" and end up sitting in the bottom of a trash can, overflowing with cafeteria wrappers and napkins, an expired milk carton poured on for good measure. The title of a song I came to hate in the 1980s. I didn't mean to turn you on. And since then, upon occasion, I too have spoken those words, remembering how much they hurt, how long they dwell in shadows that turns of the head looking back cannot shake.
Wow. Now, see, that's how you show the hell up, sir, and show the hell out. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mark Stage.
Mark
Yeah.
states. Mark
Well,
states the truth.
there's trauma and then there's trauma.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, West Coast is representing it here this evening, right? The Dragon of the West is in the building. Bill Elkins is in the building. Listen, it's going down. It's going down, sir. Maybe like a blot from the blue is maybe where I've ran into this cat. Maybe a vocabulary event or two. But listen, your work is incredible. Let me be the first to tell you how bad, like literally how bad you just fucked up. Because you have to be here now every Thursday to give us all of that, right? Because that's the work that we need in our lives, sir. Really. Listen, for really, how you just said what you said, right? The sun-faded newspaper. There's just so many memories for me. People exiting or entering. I barely notice which. Sometimes it's like that on BART when you're just going and where you know what I mean? It's just like that. This ride is not a pleasure. Sure, it's not. I need you to like me so I can keep this job. and the line that I saw one of your colleagues, wisdom comes after the train wreck. Gosh. Listen, folks, how many folks feel like that could be anything? That's a metaphor for any goddamn thing, relationships or any wisdom comes after that train wrecks. You know what I mean? Thank you for what you do, sir. Really. asking the cool kids, "Can I sit with you?" Hell no. I didn't mean to turn you on. That was a hot song. That was a hot song, sir. Really, it commanded the airwaves for quite a while. Um, Listen, make sure you put your information into the chat so the community can stalk you and remind you that Wednesday is the day to sign up. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. All right, coming up next, listen, it's a night of new voices, folks. And that's it. We're going to make sure we make room for them. Coming up next, listen, please, first of all, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Without giving us your direct address, ma'am, please tell us where in the world you are plugging in from. This is the one and only Holly Wilson. Please.
Hello, everybody. I'm really glad to be here.
How are you?
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
New Mexico in the building.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
representing the Southwest tonight.
Hey, let's do it. Listen.
There's a whole lot of poetry going on in Albuquerque. We have open mics, one or two a week, and festivals. And anyways, it's happening here. I host a monthly reading myself, and at a place called The Source, and Drum for Peace.
Fantastic. Listen, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Make sure you let these folks know how they can connect with all the incredible things that you do, especially that monthly reading. Maybe we can slide through. It is great to see you. Please take it away. Welcome.
Thank you. All right. So I have two poems I'd like to share with you guys tonight. First one's called Space Invader. So loud, your screaming motorcycle echoing off buildings from several blocks away. Soft summer evening, eating out on restaurant patio in still warmth. Nothing stifles the unmuffled roar as you rev as hard as you can, penetrating our eardrums, filling our minds with your frantic interruptions, whether we want to listen or not, breaking into our conversation, insisting that everyone turn around and pay attention. People on the restaurant patio are talking about you. Yes, they have noticed your existence, but they don't like what you have to say. And this is the second one. It's real important, maybe more than ever, to decide where you stand. And this is called Where You Stand. Where do you stand? So many positions you can take. Moderate Democrats, progressive Democrats, where did all the liberals go? Moderate Republicans, not so many anymore. Lots of conservative Republicans. What about progressive Republicans? Or are they all libertarians? What about conservative Democrats? Or are they all now MAGA Trumpians? Don't forget about socialists, although that's still a dirty word. Even a few communists still around. You could choose the religious right, or the white nationalists, or maybe the killers for Christ, or Nazi environmentalists. And then there's always good old dictatorship. Or maybe we should just all go green. Left of center, right of center, far left, far right, right, left, moderate, centrist, socially liberal, fiscally conservative, pro-immigration, anti-immigration, pro-abortion, anti-abortion, pro-gun laws, anti-gun laws, pro-capital punishment, anti-capital punishment, pro-gay marriage, anti-gay marriage, global warming deniers, and global warming believers. How much should we spend on war? How much should we spend on social programs? How much should we regulate private corporations? How much should we regulate how private citizens live their lives? Are the independents the smartest of all because they can take any stand they want? Do we really even need a government? Just ask the anarchists. Radical left, radical right, fighting it out in the streets because they think violence is the only way to settle a dispute. Are there causes worth you killing for? Are there causes worth you being killed for? Or is there just this inevitable evil that keeps arising in human beings when hate becomes a more efficient fuel for actions than love? Where do you stand? Wherever you stand, you make a difference in this world. Thank you.
So I'm gonna let everybody kind of catch their breath on that one because she just stole it from all of us, right? For real. Unmute yourself, give it up for Holly Wilson.
Nicely done, Holly. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
welcome.
Beautiful.
Thank you guys so much.
Glad to have you here.
Genius, genius.
Love the vibe here.
Yeah, really, really appreciate your delivery. You are a dyed-in-the-wool ranter, and this place is one of the most welcoming spaces for that.
It's ranty. Is it ranty?
Yeah, I hear
Well,
a little
it's your
Ginsburg
tone
in
and
that, you know, a little
it's your tone and
Ginsburg
your
did the rants as
projecting.
well as anybody.
Yeah, it's your tone and your projecting and confrontational. And you do it in a, I'm going to say, a kind of a controlled way because
Yeah.
where ranting goes wrong is people just kind of push it too much and it doesn't keep you engaged. It kind of overwhelms you and turns you off. But your poem, that last poem, had so many surprises in it,
Yeah.
and that was, made the poem full of a kind of listening excitement. So I'm glad you found your way here. Do you know Red and Green Books and Marissa?
Yeah, Marissa's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Come back.
I attended her 2 poetry summits here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you come back soon.
So I know I'm really enjoying the reading and this connection. I don't know if I can. I was in Boulder in the 80s and I saw some guys from the New Eurekan Cafe and I always wanted to go there. And one day I was actually in New York City and it was closed. So
Well,
that
it was like Labor Day weekend on the Sunday, but anyways, I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I now can connect with the New Eurekan Cafe.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So thank you.
And listen, we are thankful that you have made it. We are thankful that you found your way into the greatest community in the world. As I told Mark States, let me be the first to tell you how horribly bad that you fucked up. Like horribly bad. Because that kind of rabble rousing, that kind of fire, that kind of heat is what keeps the furnace burning around these parts. Okay. And the fact that you got to be careful saying stuff like that, Holly. We're already on the Fed's watch list. Like, I don't know if you all know that, but we already are, So when you come through and you say things like that, please know that you're all on point, all the way on point. But when you start saying things like that, you know, they start, I was going to skip this show. Oh, but now I got to pay attention because Holly came, right? Insisting that everyone turn around and pay attention. Yeah, those, the unmuffled roar. Yeah, love it. Where we stand. That is one of the dopest political poems I've heard in a while. Killers for Christ. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna have to steal that, man. How much should we spend on war? I mean, right now the U.S. spends 50% of their GDP on defense. So, you know, just ask the anarchist, as she said. Are there causes worth you killing for? Are there causes worth you being killed for? When hate becomes a more efficient fuel than love, we have a major malfunction, ladies and gentlemen. Trust. Thank you, Holly, for doing what you do. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Make sure you put your information in the chat so we can remind you Thursdays when we get down. All right. Let me shout out a couple of folks really quick. I saw a Thamar Wright, I believe, was in the building. Bailey, I'm sorry. Thamar Bailey was in the building. Angel Renee is in the building. Jocelyn is here. Yun is here. Shout out Rebecca Balmer also. Listen, it is great to see all of you. I am thankful that all of you are here. Listen, it's just one of those amazing nights, folks. So let's keep it going. 3 more artists before we get to halftime. Coming up next. Listen, this gentleman, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late, continues to come through and share all of his creative genius. I like to call this gentleman Dr. Love because the way that he and Love have this relationship, it's uncanny. You're about to find out why. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, brother. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Thanks to everyone. My name is Kingsley, and as a kid, I often joked of one day having the outer affluence and opulence of a king. Yet I was born of a teenage mom and was too young to entertain visions not etched in my heart, yet alone materialize. I dabbled in many things which helped my growth, until one day, 37 years later, I was initiated into a spiritual order and given the name Manatita, which means beyond the mind in the heart of love. A name which perfectly mirrors the potential of my soul. I became a king after all, not one of pomp and ceremony, but one of inner abundance and the beauty of a soul that weeps constantly, either with the joy of love or one acting as an inner vessel, entreating the Most High on behalf of my fellow sojourners of the light. Do you hear me, Mother? I am a king of love. The winds have carried the toil of your glorious concern and fortitude, your dauntless courage on behalf of your 7 wonderful children. Your culinary genius, even while the cosmos sings ballads of your enduring strength, the sweet sacrifices of your heart. I have made it, Mum. I am on top of the world, and yet, paradoxically, I have become smaller than the smallest, so I can avoid an ego ever ready to roam freely within my inner palace. Come, Mother, come. Let me share these peerless gems with you. Let me put some supernal medicine on scarred emotions that you carried so patiently on our behalf. I have made it, Mum. I have walked through a cauldron of fire, the brutality of hearts, in a Gaia Mater, beautiful like you, yet plundered by callous souls who show no remorse, nor a desire to stop pillaging its resources to assuage their wanton greed. You have taught me well, mother. And like Martin, I too have seen the peerless mountain. May love use my diligence and soulfulness, so we both meet in the meadow of the beyond, waltzing with the sunflowers of his mercy. All glory to the magnificent Satchmo, for it is still a wonderful world. We'll both bask in the joys of the New Jerusalem, wearing lustrous crowns in our hearts and the serenity of God's love in our souls. Then will our spirits be sanctified, calling out the victories of the nameless one. Mama, I'm on top of the world, and I too rejoice. Anton Carey, thank you.
Swear, y'all, I don't know how he does it, but he just does every time. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Lantern Carrier, you did it again.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Your cup runneth over. Wow, indeed.
Yeah, I kind of see a lot of your poetry as risky in a way that people wouldn't think of, because you keep talking about things and you go into these areas that are kind of unexplored, and it takes a huge amount of brilliance to illuminate them the way you do. I also want to ask, because of how that poem ends, did you ever see Jimmy Cagney in Public Enemy?
Was in the
'Cause that-
movie called Going to Heaven or something to do with heaven?
No, he plays this
Oh, Heaven
criminal,
Can Wait.
but it ends with him standing at, he's basically getting uh, uh, wiped out, but he's standing on top of this burning inferno and he shouts, "Mom, Mom, I'm on top of the world."
Yeah, right, yeah.
You see me, Mom? I made it. You see me? Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
I love
That's
it.
a good one,
And
Paul. Good one, yeah.
yeah, this is kind of what this theme was born from, was that, right? You know, I made it, Mom. Can you see me? Top of the world, right? And listen, I'm starting to think that as much as you write poems about love, I'm starting to think that love writes poems about you because of your connection with it and how truthful you are when you speak of love. Seriously. Beyond the mind, in the heart of love, right? Acting as an inner vessel. Do you hear me, mother? I am a king of love. I've never heard anyone say that. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anybody? Ah, that's Lantern though, right? The supernal medicine, right? Walking through a cauldron of fire. May love use my diligence and consciousness. The magnificent Satchmo. If that's not love without words, like even with his words, you're amazing, sir. Again, the most eloquent writer that I know is that cat right there. Appreciate you, brother, for continuing to do what you do. Woo! All right, 2 more, and we are going to get to halftime. Coming up next, storytellers in the building. Where did he go? There he is. Listen, this incredible gentleman is an author's author. Kind of like they say a poet's poet. He's an author's author. Of course, while being a poet's poet. Author of Le Petit Requiem. Author of Scopiti. And one on the way. Probably many more. I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Ike. Please, take it away.
Thank you. May I share the screen, please?
All yours, sir.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. There's no other profession than that has such a short lifespan, requiring total dedication, unconditional love, self-induced pain, and competitiveness than classical ballet. You begin at age 6 and typically end your career at age 30. You are never ill, unless you broke a bone or tore a muscle. Daily, you push your body to its limits. No holidays, ever, as the body is basically lazy and likes to forget so easily. I'll play an abstract animation based on the ballet La Bayadère. Animation, text, sculpture, music, choreography are all by myself. And I read in parallel the harsh reality of the same subject's actual lifestyle and yell, Moti, I made it! I've learned to cry. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Mummy's ambition takes your innocent body at 6 to a ballet school, and they train you to become a masochist. Music and all your time shape you into a classical line. Your reflection, the mirror à la barre. At 12, you walk into a rehearsal room, become the mirror's obedient tool. Just remember, you compete. That is a sequence of steps called choreography. At 14, you join the corps. Now on point, you do what you are told. Experience the tedium of rehearsing. Yes, they shower you with colorful costumes, showing off the all of you. At 16, you may become a soloist, center of the stage. They light you high, and you do shine. You are now beautiful. You become potentially divine. The conductor, the audience wants to breathe with you and the music merging into a magic instrument that projects the ballerina in you. You are a breath of fresh air. Now that you are set free, you are potentially at age 17, your pirouette and jet grand jeté, and yes, all crowned by the 32 mind-boggling fortes. You dance at a level way above human ability, defying graffiti of that magnetic earthen floor. Brava, bravo, da capo, and so much more is the reward to feel so exuberanting free. You are intoxicated, flowers, hugs, and kisses awaiting you. Once you felt the power of the stage, you become inadvertently a butterfly in a cage, controlled by the owners of the house where only money has its place, and critics indulge in fetishism, personal inadequacies of the bizarre. But for now, you are the media superstar. You buy that sexy sporting car. And then, that day, when you come home, the anticlimax sets in. You feel a deadbeat and just can't sleep. You binge alcohol and Valium. You are a zombie, the beginning of feeling alone. And when you wake, even if you are still told that kiss, kiss, and then you are so ravishing and young, your body in pain aches and screams. Your competition now alternates the role once yours, now for share. Maturity creeps, time calls out, suicide on mind, telling you brutally that you reached the end of a butterfly's life. So what does your body do now that your mind can comprehend why Romeo died for Juliet was not just another choreographed step? Now that you are deprived without a stage, without an audience, no more fans, no more kisses, flowers, and bravos. So what do you do with your tired face when you clasp onto your once glorious past? No makeup, no rejuvenating supplements can bring back your dream. But love and pain reflecting deep inside the mirror of memories. And all you can see is a dwindling shadow of the long forgotten you. Yes, you are now so alone. Mirror, mirror on the wall. There was a day I had danced in front of you all.
I don't know. I don't know how he does it, but he continues to do it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa!
Loved it.
Ike, that was wonderful. That was terrific.
Yeah, I was going to drop acid tonight, but now I don't need
I think I just did.
that was such an intense
It was wonderful.
trip into some other world. A really wonderful experience.
I think that's maybe the best I've ever seen on this program.
How did you come up with the humingos? That was wild.
Yeah.
Humingos, he said, folks. Humingos.
What's a humingo?
Cross between a human and a flamingo.
Oh, I get it. Oh, sorry.
That's really creative.
Took me a while.
Absolutely. I mean, but we are amidst the greatest community in the world. So, this is the book. Happens to have someone who wrote. But this book, right, on the wall and reflections. I don't know how you came up with that either, but it works so incredibly well. And then you had them moving on the screen. Like, that's just genius in itself, sir. They said they train you to become a masochist. That's just, it's supposed to be beauty, right? I mean, listen, this is coming from a former contemporary dancer. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. This man is all kinds of talented. Way above human ability, right? Did you read The End of a Butterfly's Life? Sir, you should get paid on a national level for telling those kind of stories. You need your own syndicated television show to read the world this kind of work. You're absolutely incredible, and you are uniquely you. I've never heard anyone that sounds like Ike Walls, and I'm thankful that you do what you do and you share it with us. Appreciate you, sir. All right. one more artist, and we are going to go to halftime, just a bit off on the time. Coming up next, anytime this artist comes through, it is truly a blessing. She happens to be one of my spiritual advisors. She is all kinds of incredible every time she touches the mic. You're in for a blessing. Trust and believe. The one and only Oshun Yo Yen is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Priestess. Even though we can't see you on the screen right now, it is really, truly always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Can you see me now?
Still just a blank screen.
Well, I don't know what's wrong. It says my video is on.
Right, and we saw you earlier. I'm just not really sure. See what happens when your work is just that powerful? Technology is like, I don't know if I want to deal with this. I don't know. But please, we can definitely hear you. Please take it away.
Okay, great. So I'm not on theme tonight. I'm usually not on theme anyway. And I actually can be found wherever spirit speaks because I'm always listening. And yes, that's a line from a poem. Well, I'm actually reading two very old pieces. I wrote them both back in the 3030 in 2011. So let's get to it. I don't have a title for this one. It's that old, there's no title. He said, I need your altars to speak, to rise up and shine from the sacredness of their space. Talk in the music of our rich dialect. Make me see what you see. I need your pen to sing in metaphors that come from the ancestors who sit at your table. The ink to be dipped in rivers that carry souls from Osar's underworld to thrones in Orion's belt. I need your eyes to be the lenses that capture your visions and similes, that translate divinity into the universal tongue that everyone can exalt their understanding in one voice. He said, I need your altars to speak in poems. Okay, now the second piece does have a title, and it's called No Wonder. We traded lyrics for lies, peacemakers for politicians, morals for money. We sought trivia over knowledge, stimulation over understanding, distraction over clarity. We accepted doctrine instead of ideas, politicians instead of leaders, status quo instead of revolution. We pledged in gang initiations instead of manhood rites of passage, home genius and murder, cook crack cocaine, poison in place of healing medicine. We worship popularity, not character, gluttony, not generosity, power, not love. We embrace bodies and ignore souls. We fight over religion. We fight over religion and ignore spirituality. Okay, we stoically we fight over religion and not spirituality, claim our humanity and are blind to our divinity. We stoically limp in darkness, yet we fearfully hide from the light. No wonder.
You know, I've told you before, every time you come through is truly a blessing. And tonight was just no different. Unmute yourself, give it up for Oshun Yo Yen.
Yeah, I have to say, Oshun, I've really missed seeing you the past couple weeks, so it's really it's kind of a relief to hear you speak again tonight. So thanks for being here. I truly missed hearing your voice this past couple of weeks. So I know I'm not trying to make you feel bad because it, is your life. You got to do what you got to do. But I just wanted to let you know how much you contribute. Your presence here is just a really important thing.
Thank you so much. I've just been really, really crazy busy.
Listen, and I understand that, right? But the priestess always reaches out to me for one reason or another. I'm very thankful for that. Shout out to God and the earth for all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And in the vein, so much of these cats right here, the last poets. Shout out to last poets. Shout out Abiodun. Listen, there's so much going on, folks. So much going on. Thank you so much, priestess, for coming through and doing what you do. In that first poem, you said, "I need your altars to speak. Make me see what you see." Right? And no wonder you said we traded lyrics for life, and that's definitely true. Distractions over clarity, politicians instead of leaders, power not love. We fight over religion and ignore spirituality. I mean, truth on truth on truth. Thank you, priestess, for doing what you do. As the Jedi Master said, of course we miss your energy. Of course we miss your poetry. We know that life is just life sometimes, right? But when you can, find yourself in the mix. Thank you for doing what you do. All right, before we move on, I'm going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, still the only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be all the way up in the BX. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. Thank you so much, Elemental. Love the theme today, and I'm sure your mama must be so proud of you. You made it. You're a performer, poet, producer, host, member here at the New Regan Poets Cafe's team in New York City, and an educator in another part of the country, which I'm not revealing where you're zooming from, but thank you so much, Elemental. As always, you are amazing. Thank you for, holding us down here on Thursday evenings online. We really appreciate you. And I love everything that I heard so far. Love seeing so many new performers and audience members here in Zoom. That is amazing. So welcome, everyone. I am Ron Mark Thompson in the background, Elemental's tech assistant here, and I also work in the programs and operations team at the New Regan Poets Cafe. And in case you have not heard it, we are currently closed for reconstruction. The building that we are in on the Lower East Side is very old. It's twice as old as the cafe itself. So the city, New York City, is reconstructing and modernizing for us. But we do have events all over the city and other places. If any of you who are not from or living here in New York City or in the metro area and you want to come visit us, always check our calendar first to make sure that we have a program happening in those days that you're planning to come, because we would love to see you in person. But obviously if we cannot, we are always happy to see you online here with us. So on that note, I'm going to quickly tell you what is going on at the New Regan Poets Cafe. Elemental mentioned already some. So since we are not in the cafe, we are going to other venues such as the Bowery Poetry Club. Every Mondays we are there at 6:30 p.m. when the doors open to our New Regan Bowery Slam. And that is happening every Monday, with very few exceptions, like once or twice a year when we are not hosting it. So that's going on while we are reconstructing. Also Wednesdays at the Loy Cider Center, not very far from where where our cafe is located. I saw Paul Skiff there yesterday. He rocked his poetry and music in 2 rounds. Paul, it was so great to see and hear you there again. At the Loy Cider Center on 9th Street, we are on every first Wednesday of the month, Women Orator Wednesday, and every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, New Regan Open Mic. Also, if you happen to be in the New York City metro area this weekend, and if you have children, teenagers, or nieces or nephews, take them to our Teenage Open Mic, which is a collaboration with Rightopia Lab at the P&T Knitwear store. This is this Saturday, April 26th, and it is free for teenagers. And of course, the adults can come and cheer on as well, but it's the teenagers' turn to rock at the stage in the bookstore. So if you go to our calendar, newregan.org/calendar, you will see all the other in-person events that are happening. We will be hosting an outdoor open mic near the Lower East Side in Luther Garlic Park on Delancey Street on Sunday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And but again, there are so many other programs. We will be at the New York City Poetry Festival in July. So come if you can make it. But as many of you are online, let me repeat what Elemen2al already mentioned. So our final Friday Slam which is our monthly competition taking place on the last Friday of the month, usually takes place in person at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. Tomorrow is the last Friday of April. Unfortunately, the theater is not available. So as a favor to everyone, we are hosting, or in this case, Tony McPherson is hosting our final Friday Slam this month virtually via Zoom, and it is free. You still have to get your ticket in order to get the Zoom link, but it is free. That's tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Zoom. If you cannot make it in Zoom, we will also live stream it to our YouTube channel, so you can either watch it live as it's happening, or you can go to our YouTube page anytime after tomorrow. So check this out. There is a lottery slot available, so anyone who joins us in Zoom can sign up for this. And I know that Dr. C. Page is one of the sacrificial poets there. So Dr. C, I'm looking forward to having you back on our final Friday Slam again. Also on on our website, newregan.org/slam. We have all the information about slams, all the past winners from January to present, and information, about the Grand Slam, the Final Friday Slam, and the Monday Slams. Online also, we do host our Know Thyself meditation and stream of consciousness poetry workshop. Charlie Vasquez is facilitating that one. Next ones are in May 3rd and May 17th, online on Saturdays in Zoom, 12 noon Eastern Time. And Tony McPherson, our host tomorrow, is also leading and teaching our Poetry Slam workshop every second Tuesday of the month. Next one is May 13th, so go to our calendar for this. And of course, if you want to join this, and of course, every Thursday, Elemen2al will continue hosting our online open mic here on Thursdays. Thank you to everyone who got their artist RSVP tickets yesterday evening. The last ticket was ordered and signed up this afternoon. So if you didn't get it on Wednesday evening, always check Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon to see if there are still spots available. If there are not, if all the artist RSVP tickets are sold out, just let Elemen2al and me know in the Zoom chat here if you want to perform in the good luck round, which we are holding at the end of the show. And also after we end the live stream, stay for the cipher, like our little after party here in Zoom, where we can talk and chat, just like we would do if the cafe would be physically open. But let us get back to this part of the show. Our next performer is Shayna. I believe recently joined us online. We have heard you a few times, and it looks like you are participating, here on Thursdays with us more on more Thursdays, which I'm very happy about. Elemen2al, I believe, mentioned though that you do have ties with the founders. If I got anything wrong, I'm not the host. Elemen2al is the host. But if I misspelled your name or got anything else wrong, please correct me. Otherwise, welcome back, Shayna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ron and Elemen2al. Yeah, my dad is a poet out of Philly. And so Miguel had come and performed in Philly. And so there was just this connection. I would have been a little kid running around. And but anyways, I put my details in the chat. I'm new at the Substack, but just wanted to say that to get to the other poems, you have to plug in your email address. And but yeah, it's free. Some people charge, but I don't charge. It's free. but it's just an easy way for me to get my work out there. So tonight I wanted to share two things. One is just a short haiku. I've been playing around with haiku, and this one is called Voice. Do not give up hope. Stand up for democracy. We still have a voice. So, the second piece I wanted to share, so I'm working on a coming of age memoir from when I was a young punk rock kid in the 90s, and a lot of hitchhiking stories and things like that. But this is a part of the memoir. It's kind of inner genre, and it's called Thor, 4 on the Floor. Dear Thor, I was 17 years young. I remember the way you grabbed me and almost kissed me. Then you asked if it was okay to kiss me. Then you actually did kiss me. Your long blonde hair ended up in my mouth and I started choking on it, which disrupted the kiss. But this was definitely not how we met. We were at a punk house called Pesquat. Everything was in earth tones like a black and white movie. I felt the brown, olive green, and many shades of blue black. Was it Avenue D? I can't remember exactly where in the Lower East Side it was, only that it was the Lower East Side of New York, back when Dinkins was mayor. You and I were introduced and you gave me a bunch of shit. You verbally pulled my pigtails. Although actually I had an aqua green mohawk. And as my friend Soy had extra manic panic vegetable hair dye. It's the end of summer now and it was just your birthday. You have been dead for years now. I actually remember the sound of your voice. It was musically inclined. You, in fact, had one of the most distinctive voices I've ever known. Your vocal cords brought me comfort. You also had this crazy laugh that was like a can opener. Okay, maybe not a can opener. This grief my old lover has caused me to run out of metaphors. I could try borrowing a good metaphor from the library, or maybe I could just order one from Amazon. Note that this is not the Thor that was good friends with Chaos Pony. Thor is your made-up literary name. I feel like you're screaming, of course you can use my real name. I want to live on in the literary world, especially with the way you flatter me. Oh, and yes, I almost forgot you are a poet like me. Okay, then I'll tell the world that you're actually A-rack. That's A, like in the letter A, and like rack, as in you have a nice rack. Yes, sometimes you said things just to make fun of male sexism. When you first passed, I really wanted some of your poetry, or a sweaty old t-shirt, or your hair, but not in a sexy kind of way, just in a I remember how much you looked out for me as my friend kind of way. But none of this will bring you back, A-rack. Your body got lost in the mail like love letters and was beat up from too much sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But your spirit is badass and your ghost rocks. I will always remember you. That's it.
Oh, your spirit is badass and your ghost rocks? Come on now. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Shayna.
That was wonderful. You really loaded that with so much local color from the Lower East Side in the 90s. The bulk of the highest count of squats was on Avenue C, as I remember it, but some of the east-west streets like 6th and 7th also. Do you remember the names of any of the other people in the squat?
I don't, but I had stayed at Fetus Squat that was on 9th and Avenue C.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still a couple of them, they got sweat equity, so the squatters now own the building. So there's
Yeah.
like Umbrella House, and then C Squat is actually now the Museum of Reclaimed Urban Space.
Oh, wow. I remember C Squad and I remember Umbrella House. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for that story. I really got off on it.
Thank you.
You see, folks, you see what happens when you get a Low East Sider in the building, right? He connects all of it. But what I love about what you just said, Jedi Master, is it brings so much validity to what Shayna just said, right? It's so authentic. It's so beautifully real. Like you just shared a true essence of the Lower East Side, a true New York memory with us. And I can't thank you enough for that. I really, really can't thank you enough for that. Like, we can hear the potholes, we can hear the cabs, blowing their horns, like, and listen, squatters are real people. Let's not forget that at all, right? They are real people who are just
Okay, is it me or did we lose Elemental? It is okay. We lost Element. No, Elemental. The Wi-Fi gods. The Wi-Fi gods. Okay. Well, then that means I have the pleasure of introducing. Thank you, Shayna. Again, that was beautiful, and it's just so great. Hearing about your father and that he met Miguel. It's just amazing. Well, what a great poetry world. We are all interconnected everywhere, though. So this is great. Thank you, Shayna. All right. So then I have the pleasure of introducing our next performer, Dr. C. Page. She thought she moved away from us from New York City, but she just can't have enough. You're always with us online, and now tomorrow you're going to be performing in the Final Friday Slam. Dr. C. Page, what a pleasure to have you here with us. You know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may follow you. The floor is all yours. Welcome back.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting Final Friday. The first round has Chev versus somebody's mama. I mean, any other slam that could be a final round. So it's going to be a pretty hot event. So very psyched to be a sack poet for it. So you can follow me on Instagram at zpagepoetry. It's in my Zoom name at zpagepoetry. This poem, some new shit. I wrote it because I kept hearing people say that poets, you should never date a poet. And I just been going to slams and hearing people say that, and poets saying you should never date a poet. And I'm going through a breakup, so I wrote this because I guess if I'm undateable, that means I'm a poet. So I've achieved that. Poets tell me I'm undateable. We're self-hating, standing on stage warning, don't date a poet. But why? Our words are like tobacco labels, skull and crossbones, inked pen and feathers, forming opinions that I'm harmful. Maybe I wouldn't wish my own mind on my enemies, but that doesn't mean I'm a lung cancer to be resected, breath radioactive, churning the soil with time-lapsed activity until I'm dumped into some stream built in Flint, Michigan. I know I'm a junkie. OK Cupid algorithms shoot arrows of heroin grade poet addiction, pickling me inside out until I'm tossed out of a hospital bed to fend for myself. Dateless, searching for my next fix of twin flames and on my knees, begging to be pleased, fixing to receive applause for bearing my insides on stage. Swallow me up while I swallow my pride, since I haven't had a relationship yet worth extending beyond its ending, hoping to be friends or at least not hated for my actions. For once my hands touch their body, they become trapped in my poetry, willinglessly, forced musery, frozen in perpetuity, the misery of hearts burning with liquid nitrogen. I see them in ways where I can write their words before they even speak them themselves, knocking emotions off dusty shells, once hidden, now named publicly in front of everyone else. They say I'm too sensitive, blessed with superhuman strength of mood swings, emotional to the point of black and white thinking. Trauma processing creates minds racing, a turtle and rabbit too bedridden to escape the medication on the tip of my tongue, a fast dissolving truth serum. Prescription pads of my writing fill capsules that trickle dosages, brain toxic and precocious. But if I'm too sensitive, can a person also be too brave, too beautiful, too intelligent? No, it isn't possible. I'm deserving of love, someone to come back to, not just the backspace on their keyboard, but the whole home office. Life is taxing, and I can bring escapism, bring out the experience packed in a picnic basket, half full of irresponsibility and half emptied from recklessness. Time spent dating me may be measured with a broken stopwatch, but that doesn't mean dating me is meaningless, because I am timeless. We can lie together in an opium den of slam stages until we overdose on open mics and someone plans our intervention. It's not peer pressure, but the high is too powerful to turn your back on. I'm too alluring, and you can't control your desire to spend a year with me, gaining a story to tell for eternity, that you dated the one and only Z Page, someone who always will be married first to their poetry. Poem.
You can't come in here talking that shit, Dr. Z Page. You already know you can't come in here talking that rowdy, rah shit, because we here for that. Unmute yourself, give it up for Dr. Z Page.
Yeah,
Well,
Billy.
yeah, Doc, you never cease to, you keep amazing me with the kind of level of perception you go into where there's these really subtle layers in your self-examination, and it's like you're seeing yourself from your own viewpoint, but you're also talking about seeing yourself from the viewpoint of how you see the other person sees you. That's just a really rigorous thing to do, and not easy to make come off in a poem like that. And I was enjoying some of the lines earlier in the poem because I don't know if they were, but they were a little bit, some of them seemed a little tongue in cheek to me, almost like a self-deprecating stand-up person would do. And I appreciate that. You know, it was like it was serious, but you weren't taking yourself too seriously in some of those phrases. Anyway, just another really marvelous poem, and I'm glad you keep able to get here from Philly.
Right. From Philly and continues to rock the way she does. Apologies, folks. Technology and the weather doing its thing. But that's why I got my man's RMT in the building all the time. Listen, Dr. Z Page, listen, I had no doubt that Dr. Z Page was going to do what Dr. Z Page does. Of course, gearing up for tomorrow. Listen, you said something that I was coming right back in. I was like, oh, perfect timing. I can write their words before they speak them themselves. But my personal favorite, they say I'm too sensitive. They call us poets. They call us writers. They call us feelers. They call us creatives. Yes, we are sensitive That's just part of our charm. It's part of our calling. It's part of our charge as being poets. We have to be this sensitive. Trust me, if we weren't, we would probably be slinging bullets instead of words. Just saying. Just saying. Life is taxing, and I can bring escapism. I love that. Maybe measured with a broken stopwatch. She said relationships with me may be measured with a broken stopwatch. Like an opium den of slam stages? Come on. So you just gonna keep going all the way in, huh, Dr. Z Page? Got you. I'm gonna need you to keep going. Really. I'm gonna need you to keep going along that road that you're on. Keep going. Because it's money. Truly. Love your energy as always. Your presence on stage is absolutely felt, and I'm sure tomorrow is going to be no different. Appreciate all that you do, Dr. Z Page. Truly. All the way from Philly, doing that thing. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ron. Rolling it down, man. Appreciate you, sir. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, Brooklyn in the building. This incredible storyteller comes through week after week with some of the most intricate stories that you've ever heard. And I'm sure tonight will be no different. The one and only Mark Kensie is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
You can find me here. According to Harvard Health Publishing, technically, people do not need a pair of internal organs to survive. However, one may be removed due to disease and hazard to the body, or donated and transplanted to save the life of another potential recipient or match. Yet, whether or not the patient is healthy, he or she is at risk for kidney failure, for example, if only one remains. According to the Health Resources and Services Administration, the HRSA, organs can be donated while living or after death. The types of organs that can be donated are liver, kidney, lungs, heart, pancreas, intestines, face, and hands. Once alive, our one kidney, liver, lung, part of the pancreas, and part of the intestines can be donated. Corneas can be donated when someone signs up to become an organ tissue or eye donor. The cornea is the thin, clear, glossy tissue over the iris and pupil. It can be removed and stored within hours of the person's death, and the operation can be conducted 3 to 5 days after donation. In 2018, 85,000 transplants were performed. 97% of transplants restored the patient or recipient's vision. According to the HRSA, as of 2024, there are 100,000 people on the United States organ transplant waitlist. According to the American Society of Transplantation, there's not enough supply for the demand as the waitlist time increases and people die. Often, many seek transplantations abroad. In the United States, donors must meet strict criteria. They are asked when getting a driver's license, an advanced directive or permission from a surrogate who makes decisions after the death of the donor. According to the American Society of Transplantation, there are 3 types. Transplant tourism is when someone voluntarily travels to get organs removed or trafficked across borders for procedural purposes, even at the expense of that said country. Trafficking of persons for the purpose of organ removal is when people are coerced and or threatened with the use of force for consent and offered monetary gain or reward, and sometimes not granted such compensation for the removal of their organs. And organ trafficking is when organs are removed from living or dead bodies without consent. According to the Office of Monitor and Combat Trafficking in Persons for the purpose of organ removal, people are tricked into donating their organs. For example, they're told that they have 3, not 2 kidneys, and that they will grow back, that they will not have negative side effects, though in actuality, they may not even be able to work afterwards. The kidney is the most popular organ donated and trafficked. Whether or not the donor is compensated, he or she may still be trafficked. It is difficult to track and verify and document findings because much of trafficking for organ donation is done underground and in secrecy. A lot of organ donation and trafficking is conducted or done online and cannot be easily traced. Persons who travel for the donation of organs are often considered or mistaken for those whom have been trafficked and persecuted and prosecuted as such. However, because it could be done in one transaction, it's not technically trafficking. In 2023, the BBC reported a story about Pakistani police who arrested 8 members of an organized organ trafficking group who had surgery done to remove organs, often without the hospital patient's knowledge, and many died after the operations. In 2021, the government of the People's Republic of China has linked the illegal removal of organs from political prisoners, detainees, and inmates because of their ethnic, religion, and beliefs without their permission. Thank you.
Wait a minute. I'll ask that in a second. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Martensia.
Well, it was straight up and plainly clear, this kind of journalistic technique you've mentioned in the cipher a while ago, and that really was the technique you relied on for this. I'm always amazed at the kind of compression you work up in your poems, where you tell these really expansive stories, or you convey these really expansive themes in this really tight, economical way. And I think it's a difficult trick to pull off, to do a poem that's citing, basically it's just like a lot of facts, but to transform that into an aesthetic event. And that has to be done by largely the way, the person presents it. And as clinically conveyed as facts are, you still have this really subtle and supple emotionalism in your voice that really created the affect for all these facts to fall under. And I give you big tribute for that.
Absolutely. I would have to echo what the Jedi Master said. Listen, you mentioned some very, very powerful things in that story. About the kidney, about the underground, about the secrecy. But you said that people's organs are being removed without their knowledge. That's pretty incredible. And then not only are they removing them, like, oops, we just took your kidney. By the way, it's already gone. Right? It's on its way to Malaysia or some country with the highest bidder. for you to have that kind of insight and tell those kinds of stories, you're a troublemaker in your own way, man. Even though you're an incredible storyteller, you're a troublemaker with the stories that you tell and the details inside your stories. You're incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Continue to make Brooklyn quite proud with everything that you do. Appreciate you. All right. Let's keep it going. Clearly, we got some folks on the good luck round this evening. Coming up next, we have a new voice in the building. And listen, I got a message this evening to say, hey, be cool, be cool. So, I believe that this next artist is coming all the way from Connecticut. Please unmute yourself, Miss Francis. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Without giving us your home address, please tell us where in the world you are plugging in from.
Connecticut.
Connecticut is in the building. Listen, it is always great, as the Jedi Master said, it is always great to hear these new voices. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. You see how this thing has been going. Let these folks know where in the world they can find you and connect with all the incredible things that you do. Please take it away. Again, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to try to start coming here. I'm in a few writing groups, but I'm going to start trying to come here as often as possible. And I have performed at the New Yorican Poets Cafe in the past when it was open, but that's years ago, on the stage there. I have 2 poems, if it's okay, just political stuff. What on Earth is called. What on earth are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? You think the incoming president is a friend of humankind? You mean to sit there, see and tell me he's going to make America great again? As he holds the King James Bible upside down in his obviously deceitful hands. Oh, you didn't believe it when he said he was going to deport your kind. And now that he is saying it again, you think it sounds like, oh, he's lost his mind. When people tell you who they are, believe them, as Maya Angelou often said. But when Trump revealed himself to the world, many stuck their heads in the dusty sand instead. So now, the lack of discernment that many citizens of America seem to possess is about to put not just some of us, but our whole country to a very stressful test. Can we survive the tyranny and buffoonery of a very broken man and his greedy, manipulative cohorts that evilly beside him stand? If so, we better learn to peacefully come together so our world doesn't become like sinking sand. Many treatments have been developed for people who have unfortunately lost their minds. And I think now is the time to collectively use them if we want to restore God's plan for humankind. I guess it's never too late for lost sheep to find their sanctioned way. So hopefully we will start our long journey, not tomorrow, but for heaven's sakes, let's start it today. As we pray and work in earnest to have Trump and his henchmen peacefully get out of our pitiful way. And hopefully by our next election, we find people who want to brighten not just some, but everyone's days. Then mind restored. I don't see it. Give me 1 second. I might not. I tried to put it so I could get to it easily, but. Try one more thing. If I don't see it in a moment, we'll next time. I can't. I don't know. I can't find it. I'm sorry.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Listen, I was just trying to make sure we gave you enough time to see if you can make it happen. Because listen, that first poem, you left us all salivating for more. Trust and believe. So we are looking forward to the next time you come through. Unmute yourself, folks. Give it up for Francis.
Nicely done, Francis. Nicely done.
Nice work. Nice work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, come back again and share some more. There's, it's a person who can capture the sort of shared mood and concern the way you do. That's a gift, and we need to hear more of that. And, you've been at the cafe in person, so you definitely know this is a space for people to stand up and speak out. And you've heard that all night long here. So we really want you to come back.
Thank you so much for making me feel welcome. And I'm enjoying being here. Absolutely. Thank you.
For sure. For sure. And listen, in the most respectful way, please let me tell you that you fucked up this evening. Really, in the most respectful way. But when you come through with that kind of work, oh, we need more of that, right? And if that poem was a precursor to the rest, oh yeah, we need all that work. We need all that work, right? Because we need to hear more, right? This generation, the next generation, and the next 10 generations need to hear exactly that. Have you lost your mind? If you think this man is a friend of humankind, right? You didn't believe it when he said he would deport your kind. I don't know why you weren't listening, because he was quite serious. And now it's getting serious, And I love the Maya Angelou quote. When people tell you who they are, believe them the first time. For sure. Can we survive the tyranny? I hope so. It's never too late for lost sheep to find their sanctioned way. I can only hope that the rest of your work, which I'm pretty sure it is just as troublemaking. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Make sure you put your information in the chat so we can remind you on Wednesday nights that you need to sign up and find yourself here. Welcome. Thank you for doing what you do and setting that fire. Love it. Love it. All right. Let's keep it going. Keeper Concrete in the building. What's good? Poet in the building. What's good, folks? What's good? All right. Coming up next, all the way out on the West Coast, I like to call this cat the Dragon of the West. Sometimes he breathes fire, but then sometimes he's so zen. Like, you just gotta be prepared for what this gentleman does. His work is so elegant, and his words are powerful. You're about to find out why. The one and only Keith Marr is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Always great to be here, Elemental. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the poets, the talented poets who preceded me. It's always fun when I come here. I want to do a piece here, and I was thinking maybe what I'm saying is what I need to hear these days, being how distressing our times can be. But anyway, this poem is made up of little vignettes, and I just want to know, I want all of you to know that all of them are true stories that I've been privileged to hear in from a lot of different people. So here we go. This is for all the lonely people listening to love songs, all alone in the night. Here's to each and every one of us, afraid to rise to our full height. Here's to the schoolyard legends who never left the playground. Here's to the kids for whom the playground is a nightmare during the day. For the ones who never get picked for anything unless they're getting picked on. This is for the girl who sews designer labels on her Walmart jeans. Here's to the one they call white boy, Güero, his brown soul crying out to be seen. Here's to the pretty black girl practicing her smile in the mirror for hours, sculpting her lips thinner is her secret wish. Here's to the pretty Asian girl wishing she looked like the models in Abercrombie and Fitch. Here's to the Asian guys with listener fatigue, so very, very tired of the Asian girls with the colonized minds who say, Asian guys, they're not in our league. So let's ring the bell and yank the rope, bang the gong, roll the dice and fourth and long. Let's speak the unspoken. Let's speak the unspeakable. Tell yourself what you've been waiting to hear your whole life. I love you in your own voice. The truth is, you see, you are majestic. You are magnificent. You are radiant. You're the marvel in marvelous, the beauty in beautiful, the wonder in wonderful. You're the diamond on the diamond ring. You're the first day of spring. Make no mistake, you're the grand in grandeur. You're grand like the Grand Canyon. On the first day, someone set eyes on it and was convinced there must be a God. You're grand like a grand piano with infinite keys and oceans of unplayed melodies. So drink in your music, write your opus. You're grand like a grand slam in the 7th game of the World Series, bottom of the 9th. So set your sight on the beauty of that ball in flight. Slowly drop your bat, smile to the crowd and tip your hat. Savor every delicious step of your home run trot, knowing the path you're on will surely, certainly take you home to where you come from and where you belong and wrap you in its warm embrace. Thank you for listening.
If that doesn't sound like a beautiful crack of the bat in the bottom of the night, that sounds like a walk-off. You feel me? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Keith More.
Nicely done, Keith. Very nice.
Nobody but you. Woo!
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Very good poem. Wow.
Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
how come we can't have a peer group that encourages each individual to be who they are instead of, this thing about dampening and delimiting everybody? That was really beautifully done. It really spoke to one of my biggest themes I always try to have under almost everything I do, which is, to point out all the forces that converge upon us, which have the effect of making us think less of ourselves. And you really did that in a
You did
kind of
very well.
very personalized way. It was quite an amazing experience to hear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree. As a collection of stories, as a collection of true stories, it didn't feel disjointed or disconnected at all. It felt like one continuous flow. And how you put them all together, from this is for all the lonely people to the schoolyard legends that never left the playground, right? To the girl who sews designer labels on her Walmart jeans, right? To the widow, right? You are majesty. You're the marvel and marvelous. The first day of spring, the grand in grandeur. Every delicious step of your home run trot. That's why I said, it just sounded like that beautiful crack of the bat when the whole crowd knows that it's a walk-off, baby. It's a walk-off, and the whole team is like, let's go. That's exactly what that poem sounded like, sir. Thank you for being brave enough to write it. Thank you for speaking for the people who may not have the courage to speak that poem, but you spoke it beautifully for them. Thank you. Don't be a stranger, right? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Don't be a stranger. That's the Dragon of the West, y'all, for real. Amazing, sir. Thank you. All right, let's keep it in Cali, baby. Coming up next, all the way from the LBC, arguably the dopest background in the business, this gentleman, I like to call this cat the folk singer of our generation. His songwriting is incredible. His musicianship is off the chain, is unmatched. The one and only Bill Elkins is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bill. It is always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. I appreciate it. I can be found on Midwestern Bill 51 on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook and a couple of others. Anyway, I like to do a song I haven't done in a while, but it's one that I like to get back to periodically. It's entitled "My Diamond on Black Velvet." Hope you like it. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I kissed you quickly, afraid of your body, in terminal sedation. Rest my traveling animal like a diamond on black velvet, silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. If I could, I would. No longer greeting, 4 feet heavenward. Time to lick the wounds of mortal agony. Find meaning to your loss, like a diamond on black velvet. My beast with cause, my beast with purpose. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. Oh, yes, indeed. Under the guise of snow, the gray clouds pass like a brooding poet. Impossible to weep, no longer life behold. Your journey is accomplished. You are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. Oh, yes, I could. Glance the others wishly sigh, and are confused and restless. Your absence leaves a void which they struggle to overcome. You are their diamond on black velvet, 'cause they love and miss you so. They are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I am in angst, waiting for the rain, waiting for the white rain to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. Yeah, to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. My dearest Francine Blanche, you're my precious diamond. My diamond on black velvet. Yeah, you're my precious diamond. My diamond on black velvet. Thank you, everybody.
I don't know how you write songs like that, sir. But you always make them beautiful. I swear. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill. LK.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I kissed you quickly, afraid of your body.
Haven't we all been there?
You know, beauty can make a person that ambivalent. That's for sure, Bill.
Yeah, I know. I've been there.
No doubt. You know how you describe the loves in your life, how you come about telling your stories, and then adding them to your musicianship is pretty incredible. It really is. That's why I call this cat the folk singer of our generation, because he really does. It to me, it sounds like he puts his heart and soul into every single song that he writes and shares with us. They're amazing, sir. Thank you for doing what you do, and sharing it with us. Like, for real, your songs are timeless. They truly are. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. All right, let's keep it going. We have 3 on the guaranteed list and 2 on the good luck round. Coming up next, prepare yourself for an experience. Anytime the God is in the building, it's another blessing on the way. He came to do lots of things, but I guarantee you he didn't come here to tap dance. The one and only Baba Ngoma is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, God. Please take it away.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I just put my info in the chat. I'm feeling musical. This is my 12 string. I call her Blue. It was a gift from Oshun Yoyin. So the theme is like you made it, but there's so many people here in the world that haven't made it, you know? And so what I thought about doing, instead of doing something about you made it, I want to do something about somebody who didn't make it. This is a piece by Bob Dylan. He's one of my favorites because he's a poet, although he tries to sing. And this is called the Ballad of Hollis Brown. Hollis Brown, he lived on the outside of town. Hollis Brown lived on the outside of town. With his wife and 5 children, and his cabin falling down. You look for work and money, yeah. Walk the rugged mile. You look for work and money, well. Walk the rugged mile. Your children are so hungry, they didn't know how to smile. Your baby's eyes look crazy, tugging at your sleeve. Your baby's eyes are crazy, tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor and wonder why, with every breath you breathe. Rats have got your flower bed, blood has got your mare. Rats have got your flower bed, blood has got your mare. Is there anyone that knows? Is there anyone that cares? You pray to the Lord above, oh please send you a friend. Pray to the Lord above, please send me a friend, yeah. Your empty pockets tell you you ain't got no friends. Your baby's crying louder now, pounding on your brain. Your baby's crying louder now, pounding on your brain. Your wife screams are stabbing you like the dirty driving rain. Your grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. Your grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. You spent your last long dollar on 7 shotgun shells. Way out in the wilderness, a cold coyote calls. Way out in the wilderness, a cold coyote calls. Your eyes fixed on a shotgun that's hanging on your wall. Well, your brain is a bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Your brain is a bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Your eyes fixed on the shotgun that you're holding in your hand. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. There's 7 breezes blowing all around the cabin door. 7 shots ring out like the ocean's pounding roar. There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm. There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm. Somewhere in the distance, there's 7 new people born. Blue.
Yo, just making sure. Was that it, Bob, or you had something else?
No, that's it tonight.
Okay. Just making sure. My heart's still trying to jump out my chest. I'm just making sure. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba. Here we go.
Nicely done, Baba. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Loved it.
You sing it just as well as Bob Dylan.
I think it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, when's the second set? Do I have to get a ticket to that too?
Right? Like, do we need to sell tickets to the after hours joint just to hear Baba get down with his black snake moan on him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, really? Yes.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Baba.
I was ready to turn my lights off over here.
That was really well done.
Well, like the only thing missing is like, a jug of moonshine and a thunderstorm outside. I kind of know, but you truly conjure the ancestors when you do things like that, right? Even though it's a Bob Dylan song, right? Had I not known it was a Bob Dylan song, I would have sworn that it was a Baba and Goma song because of the way that your instrument was singing with you, right? You turned it into something very different, right? I watch a lot of cooking shows and they always say transform ingredients into something else. To me, that's exactly what you did with this song is you transformed it into yours, right? That's the beauty of your artistry. The way that your voice comes off with this, work song, kind of bleeding, kind of blues, just, I'm telling you, like it's a black Baba moan up in here, man. It's just so gut bucket beautiful. Like, gosh. Folks, this incredible gentleman has multiple albums. If you're interested, please reach out to Baba. He's incredible. Again, shout out Oshun Yo Yin. He mentioned Blue. He mentioned the Priestess. Yo, there's something about when you do what you do, sir. It's incredible. And I thank you for taking the time to hang out with us. As I said before, in the vein of what the last poets do. Trust. Trust. Thank you, God, for what you do. All right, let's get to the final four. Coming up next, this incredible artist right here has church before church, host of the Poetic Church. This gentleman brings artistry to a new level, whether he's speaking, whether his music is a backdrop to his incredible work. You're about to find out why this cat's incredible. The one and only Nashawn the Don is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, brother. Please, take it away.
I can be found on Instagram under 3 different pages, either True Human Under God, Nashawn the Don, or Vibe Sessions on the platform VSOP. I can also be found on Facebook sometimes under Nashawn Ray Swanston. I got 2 little things I'm sharing tonight. A 2-minute and 17-second song. And I'm going to start it out right now with a joke that I've written. Man walks into a Chinese restaurant and orders an egg roll and extra duck sauce. Receiving his order, he receives an egg roll, extra duck sauce, and a fortune cookie. He sits down, he devours his food, and upon reading his fortune cookie, he reads, "Don't eat the duck sauce!" And that's that joke. Now for the song. This is a love song called PDA, aka Public Displays of Affection. Come on now, it's very strong. Oh, here we go. Now it's working. Come on, Mouse. Get over here. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it a different way. Come on, Mouse. Stop the play games with me. Turn you off and on. Is it working now? Yes. I wanna hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. Wanna kiss you, wanna hold you up really close. Show you around the world your love's the most. Wanna hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. Wanna kiss you, wanna hold you up really close. Show you around the world you love the most. When we're holding hands, you're with me. I'm so glad you share affection with me. Rather than some other man, you're here with me cause I am your man. Wanna hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. Wanna kiss you, wanna hold you up really close. Show you around the world your love's the most. Wanna hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. Wanna kiss you, wanna hold you up really close. Show you around the world your love's the most. It's plain to see, just you and me. Private or public, we just be affectionately, vehemently. When you're in love, that's just how it be. I wanna hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. Wanna kiss you, wanna hold you up really close. Show you around the world your love's the most. Wanna hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. Wanna kiss you, wanna hold you up really close. Show you around the world your love's the most. Hold your little hand for PDA. Don't really care what people say. back. I did have something really short also to share. I don't know if you want me to do it now, because I mean I did have short pieces, but this last thing I want to share is called, it's only 6 little lines. It's called "If Your Pussy Had Teeth." If your pussy had teeth, and though I lick it like you like, my tongue inside, is it pleasure you derive from my voicelessness because you bite? And that's that piece. And that's everything.
So you just went Blade Trinity on us, like real quick. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Nishawn the Dawn.
Now, Nishawn, you're going to go from that song, which I really admire for how vulnerable you were, that you trusted us with that kind of sentiment and that kind of vulnerability. I'm just going to say this, coming from a man is not often heard in this room. So it was refreshing to see you feel so comfortable to do that piece. But then you go from that to this vagina dentata, which is this, totally Freudian horror that, infests males. So I'm just going to say, I bow down to your versatility.
Thank you.
I would have to agree, Jedi Master. The versatility was definitely on display. From the PDA to the fangs in the female portion. It reminded me of a film where he was like, Hannibal King was like, yeah, because her fangs are not in her mouth. So yeah. But listen, I absolutely love how you mentioned PDA, right? And for those who may not know, we're not talking about handheld Palm Pilot. He's talking about, public displays of affection and how it may be a taboo these days, or it may not be one of those things that we see on a regular basis. Maybe people don't love each other like that anymore. Maybe people aren't comfortable showing their love in public anymore. But the fact that you took the time to mention that is beautiful, really. And I hope the people that you love and that love you appreciate the fact that you are comfortable doing just that. Thank you for sharing that with us. Really, it really is an ode to love in the best of ways. Thank you. All right. Closing out the guaranteed list this evening. And listen, I do this strategically, just so y'all know. This is our resident Gilgamesh. You've heard this gentleman's critique all evening, and it is extremely valued. I respect this gentleman to the utmost. The only person I know that is in the original New Eurekins Allowed anthology. Shout out my man I Inspiration. He has it in his screen. This gentleman does so many things with his voice, with his poetry, with his presence. I cannot thank this gentleman enough for doing what he does and continuing to hold up our community. The one and only Paul Skiff is in the building, y'all. Like really, I'm gonna need you to stand up for this Low East Sider in the building. Stand up, because this cat is just that serious. Come on, Jedi Master. You know it's always great to see you. Let these people know where they can find you, please. Take it away.
Oh yeah, I am on IG at Skiffgram. It's so extremely wonderful to be here with everybody. I'm in this really kind of thick mood tonight because if I'm not mistaken, this week, or April 21st, this is the 5th year anniversary of this. And I do want to make mention of that. I know RMT and Elemen2al are aware of this, so 5 years of making this work. So I want to give praise to La Bruja Caridad de la Luz, who started this in response to the COVID shutting down the cafe. And it's been, 5 years. That's it's a long time, especially what we've all been going through, what we went through then and what we're forced to go through now. So I do want to mention that the 5th-year anniversary of this, and also give praise and thanks to the founders of the cafe who, pulled me off the street into the cafe and like 35, 40 years ago. And that started my deal with this place. And as I said, I just in this kind of thick mood. I don't really know what to do. I have like 6 poems pulled up and a recording. I don't really know what to do. So I think I'm just gonna read the first part of this poem I've been working as is not done. And it is about a kind of disembodied and problematic affection. It's like, this poem's like 6 pages. I'll just read like the first 2. As the cold at the back of a closet, what we were endures. The always is being in stillness, beguiling change. Ancestral sensation, the forgotten is anchored with a remaining of the you in pure, persistent, disembodied being, even as now like galaxy revolve, time's expansion enfolds you, the still brain dance, darkness, healer, untamed. This, the we and our being on both ends of permanence in touching's indelible need, heart shove, love heckle with transient corporeal go between the human body. Let all others doubt this. Balance one tincture away, potion arm cradled, wobble on opposite ends of predictable betweens, memory falling, sorrow weightless as smiles, submerged in nothing but pleasures, leap, center self sailed, naked by periodicity, sound sway, muscle clocks, persistent, metabolic metronome, mortality, deafening dialect pronounced by flesh of universe, life bounced on to arise, continuously sung as womankind of light's terrestrial phrases, immaculate title whispering face, upon which from across solar system of mute witness, translated by wrist, collarbone, proportion and pose, all colors gather into unified brilliance of none, body's internal altar space, blank glow, silhouettes, and gestured terrestrial moment form. You, darkness brain dancer, you portray vulnerability of being whole, where persevering human measures embody these gyrating, unquantifiable seas that tumble beneath us, regret, impermanence, dissipation, loss. divide air into bodies, angles, echo room with its own pose, wearing space as house for times, stillness, and foldings that to conversation of limbs describes counterpoise from no and from every, bring where to lungs, core, center of pelvic gravity, origins primordial, tongue feather floats, balance wag, pronouncing limb sound, wind intuitions, laughter stirred, root heart hollow, vital throb night, sky rhythm drinks, morning glow of distant planet horizon, rides diaphragm, push life spark into this living world, as all do who are beheld by our recognition, as all do who escape nothing, exit within being here's beginning ritual deliverance upon cosmic movement, risen within continuities, revolve as sun, then moon, hand us back and forth through evanescence turns, and the limit of our vision where we merge, then in lasting change, made separate again by not knowing each other or ourselves, we appear once again enselfed. The who we were to be breath built on living side of light's revelation struggle, seated in a clap of darkness, one inner pulmonary chord dance distant from neck's enfolding purification, all birthing world creates nourishments of being here gathered into ourself, cool morning breeze fingering sunlit ear, head bowed into encoarsened, dusty wind, feeling found by what one means, eyes lift understanding, return of self's sovereignty from not being owned. Freedom of unpossession brings with it no return, you see. Even after the human line dissolves, creations always is still happen. Novas bloom, immense silence enwraps all with scathing absence. Electrons sizzle from encompassing bath of star heat. These powers disembody us. These powers not possible to own, primordial, uncivilized source of the universe's indifference. To expel metacorporeal debris of misfortune, body singing with liberatory voice of symmetry's harmonic contrast balance, you, darkness brain dancer, withdrew catastrophe from far beneath scapula and kneecap, hands deeper in flesh than penitential caustic hum of pain, evacuate long, resident gestating harshities upon this sunlit lifelines of the floorboards, 4 flights of sanctuary path stairs above 11th streets, daily serving of instant heartlessness. The what you see of me, created by me to show you, the what you see of me, created before time, appear conspicuous in uncertain measures, my me and your you, unneeded by one another. Let's just stop there. That was probably too long too. Thanks again for being here for the, the closing circle of 5 years, and as we take another step forward into year number 6 and all the years we will share here together that follow. Bless you all.
If this dude isn't a blessing, I don't know what is. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Skip.
All right, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. That 5 years, I can't even believe it. It's been 5 years, you know. So, and you've been there, I mean, before the 5 years, during the 5 years. So, Paul, we thank you and everyone else, and including all the newcomers who keep finding us and refinding us, who've been with the New Regan Poets Cafe in the past, and then rediscover us online, you know. So it's just amazing. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I really can't thank you enough, Jedi Master. Like Ron said, right, you've been here from the beginning, in the midst of the pandemic, post-pandemic, when the world reopened, and you still find time to rock with us every Thursday. You are a priceless member of our community, sir. And then you have the nerve to be one of the dopest poets under this yellow radiation we call a sun. Seriously. Right? Sovereignty from not being owned. Right? Bath of star heat. Instant heartlessness. Like I can only see the founders smiling on us and constantly whispering to you like, yeah, man, yeah, keep that alive in them. Remind us of our voice. Remind them that this is bigger than all of us. Your voice is key, sir. Thank you for doing what you do. Like, there's only one Paul Skiff in this world, and I'm thankful that he rocks with us. Truly appreciate you. All right, folks, we have 2 on the good luck round, and we will get to the cipher. Coming up next, Mrs. Good Luck Round herself. Whether she is on the path or sharing her incredible artistry or sharing her ekphrastic work with us, she's just all kinds of incredible. Shout out the educators in the building. Shout out the folks who take time to not only educate, but to inspire. The one and only Elizabeth Horan is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Please, take it away.
Hello, good evening, and thank you. Oh, what a day. I really enjoyed seeing so many new faces tonight and so much amazing talent, people I haven't met before, and that's awesome. Paul, following you, I mean, you really are the glue. You really are the glue. And I'm conniving with Ron to come down and see you. So I'll just read one and go from there. This one is called Love. Love is intense, like concrete feet dropped off a shady East River pier, light modeled and wishing for lucid moments, gray cells too scarred from agave worms to think about self-care and whatchamacallit. Jobs and miracles, children or vehicles, then you entered while I dragged you into a gloomy place, full of paper whites and Jesus pictures, sad excuses for life choices. Every damn time I stood up, I fucked up the music, skipped from 16 to 35. I drowned in the liquid, smoked the state of Virginia, got raped by an entire cadre of militiamen. Yet still, I stomped out some sad merengue, hoping my hips could still seduce some kind of something, some kind of miracle. A kiss that could feel like the mouthing of prayers, yet such fullness could cut like hooked bone of a finger. Then you chose me. You liked my voluptuous anger, my elan, my dark bangs, hanging, blindfolds to cover the past, the pain. But you noticed me swaying and asked me to join, took my hand, and there is history. What else could there be? Like you said, the light is so beautiful to see. And now, thank you. And now I'm gonna sing y'all some Al Green. Wish me luck. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it. Don't look so sad. I know it's over, but life goes on. And this world keeps on turning. Let's just be glad we have this time to spend together. There is no need to watch the bridges that were burning. Lay your head on my pillow, sweet baby. Hold your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrop falling softly against my window. Make believe one more time. Hey, for the good times. Thank you.
Listen, now we've heard her sing Selena, and she come all the way to Al Green. This one's range right here is amazing. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Elizabeth. Hooray!
Yes,
More.
amazing.
Am I supposed to follow
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Great job, Elizabeth.
That
Great
was
job.
terrifying.
I bet. Shit. Kudos to you. Hats off to you, man.
Shit,
Yeah, but that's when you
know,
come
be
up with the
fearless.
best performances, right?
Thank you,
Yeah.
darling.
Right.
Yeah.
Like none of us could feel your none of us could feel your your anxiety or maybe your fear or any of that. Like you really truly delivered this song like someone who has practiced this song and was ready to share it with the folks. Anytime you come to cover a legend, you have to be on it 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And you were exactly that. So thank you. Thank you for doing just that and sharing it with us. It definitely landed on the hearts and the ears of the people. All right. Closing out the evening tonight. Is our brother all the way from Wisconsin. I like to call this cat the captain of the street team, president of the Racine chapter of Poet. This cat right here, Wisconsin. My apologies. Whole state. Say why, baby. This cat right here has been putting in the type of work that you can stamp, you could just stand on, right? This cat comes with a stamp of approval, right? From the chairman to some of the greats in hip hop. This dude is all the way on point. Make sure you're on the lookout for what he's about to produce very soon. The one and only inspiration in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on. Take it away.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you for putting me in. It was a lot better day today than it was yesterday. Set up 3 interviews for less than a week, 3 different bass crowds. One's going to be on Instagram with Voice of Scars. That's going to be talking about my epilepsy. William Washington on the 30th, and then here in my hometown of Racine, doing one with more of a hip hop and R&B crowd. But I have hopefully I can get to them all. Like Paul, I had like I had about 6 poems lined up. I got it down to 3, but 2 years ago today, during the 30-30, when I attempted to get it all, I did 27 out of 30. And today, I know y'all heard this piece, but I've been reading my previous 30-30 poems. And with everything going on with my daughter, it's kind of ironic that this was today. I cry at a moment of hope, like the son and his father in that movie Uncorked. I just feel like that with my 13-year-old daughter. Though in these troubled times, it's hard sometimes to understand her differences a general nation needs for mine. Though I try, so she'll have it better than I. So I hope it gets better with time, like aged wine. Like a bottle of Crown Royal Cask 16, though I don't want to get discontinued in time. Even though I tried suicide 3 times in my 45 years of this lifetime, I know now that I gotta stay alive. Oh yeah, those 3 times, they came before I was 25. Because at 25, I was just surprised to be alive and not doing time in jail like a lot of my friends at that time. So it was at that time that I knew it was meant for me to be here, to be alive. Deep inside, I just knew that I've been sent here to be a messenger. So I started living in that inspiration of time. Even then, that was 5 years before my Mariah Haiba Nevaeh was delivered to this earth time. Now, for her first 2 years on this earth, I feel like I neglected her time. Even though I was a provider, 20 hours a day of my time, building and starting a business, trying to strengthen my life, preparing for future successes in life. So there's more voice behind this pen when I say I went from riches to rags just to learn how to climb. There's more grime, there's more pumice, there's more street when I say I had to get my hands dirty just to get clean money. So the soles of my feet meet the soles of these streets. And with that said, there's no lies when I say that I cry at a moment of hope. Walls of mine. I'm trapped inside these walls, and I'm the one that built them. I'm lost inside these walls, like the keys I misplaced after I placed them on the same table where I normally placed them. Now I'm screaming inside these walls, and I'm the only one that heard them. There's no ceiling attached to these walls. I swear there's people outside of these walls. I know I heard them. Forgot my tools outside of these walls. And I ain't putting no windows or no doors in. I'm playing bloody knuckles. The Lord, I built these walls good. I know there's people outside of these walls. They just want to keep me trapped in. They're scared of the knowledge that I'm giving, the game that I'm teaching, the people that I'm reaching. 13 years of age, and I'm motivating my daughter to put her all in. I'm speaking to her mind through mind, digging in mind like a mine, speaking through these walls like a mine. I'm manifesting her dreams like they're mine. I'm guiding her through her nightmares because they're mine. I'm staring at these walls eye to eye because they're mirror mine. Man, I'm trying to burn a hole up in these walls like I got laser eyes. I'm tapping into my third eye. I'm trying to remember how to climb with them spidey sensors floating inside my mind. Watch me as I soar above these walls of mine. No cap on mine. My inspiration. Beyond in time, my inspiration. And that rhyme. Because I know at least I'm trying. Unforgettable ways, volumes, tones of how to vent the pains of my life. Through the deep soul-drenched screams that punch me right in my heart. and in my mind. Screams that stretch through me, trying to unwind after releasing all my toxic energies and vibes. Trying to breathe in fresh air and now making room for positive thoughts in my mind, along with positive energy and vibes inside, though there's still laughs and voices inside of me. Those aren't very easily located, you see. Are they the unsolved mysteries, the cold cases, the end, or the secrets that I buried too deep to take to the grave with me? Or is it all the above? Are those voices laughing? Because even through all the venting, all the soul-drenched screams, releasing all those life pains, they still remain in me? Or is it happy, fun childhood voices and screams of joy that are starting to break through the silence of my inner tomb, my inner jail cell, my damaged womb, trying to reach my bank of memories? So I may remember happier times and entwine those times with lessons of hardships that I now put in these rhymes, only to release positive ways to change lives through the walk that I talk in my rhymes. Today, in this room, in this venue, in the air where I am, wherever the mic is, wherever I recite, I just want to take time tonight to quote John Taffy. Yes, John Taffy. You can blame the past for a few things, though you can only blame the future on you. So I say that to say this. Your fears are what you allow them to be. You control the birth of your fears and their death. You are their parent. You are their guardian. So it'll be your lack of will to fight that will birth your lack of confidence and strength. So learn how to vent. Learn how to scream. Allow yourself to feel, to breathe, to laugh, to cry. Allow yourself to be happy. If you're not, that's on you. Though I know one thing. Yes, I know at least one thing. I'm trying. Inspiration is in the eyes of you. It's also in me. I am inspiration. I am a person of extraordinary talent. And I am poet. And that's them pieces.
Yo, this dude, I'm telling you, this dude been putting in the kind of work, man, that you could just feel it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for inspiration.
Thank you.
Yeah, poet. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to put if you haven't, this is like almost a book length thing you could work up. I'm sure it's crossed your mind. But it's you really get the sense of covering so much emotional and psychological ground in this poem that you're doing. So it is a kind of requires a lot of emotional stamina. And that's kind of the theme of your poem, really. It's, you're talking about how you've overcome all these trials, whether, some of them self-induced and, others just coming from circumstance. So this one short thing really clobbered me, where you did the guy's quote, and then you said, I say that to say this. I'm going to steal that from you.
Right.
Yeah, it's like what, Paul and Elemental and others have said to me, like you go all in. You go all in, you go deep, and you go hard. And it's like whatever comes out on the other side is what it is. And I think that's what's really working for you in this poem.
That was actually 3 different poems.
Oh, well.
I heard Paul say it too.
Like Paul said, you got a chapbook going. So, I mean, mark it.
Yeah, I'm down with what Elizabeth said. Is this unfilteredness in your work? And that's one of its consistencies in it. And there's a lot to be said for get what you have to say out of you, and fuck technique that comes later when it's on the page and you can see what's there in front of you, so it's the act of externalizing, and the way you do it is very, very courageous, Craig.
Appreciate that, Paul.
No doubt about it. Like, and as a Jedi Master was saying, like, I can see a book coming out of this. And for me, it just sounds like, the parenting of a poet, which doesn't sound like anyone else. All right. When poets parent, it's a living, breathing thing, right? We write the manuscripts. And listen, I know some of the backstory and some of the stuff that's happening, man. And listen, for you to continue to come through and add that level of emotion to your artistry and speak that level of truth, that shit's inspiring, right? So the name is very fitting in that sense. But the vulnerability that you show for the queens in your life, that's commendable, sir. Because everybody can't do that, right? And listen, as a larger human being that you are, people don't expect you to be that, right? Like you always talk about with the baritones and the presence and all of those things, right? People don't always expect you to be that soft, but you still make a way. You still find a way to be that soft. And I thank you. I thank you for that vulnerability, right? Like you told your daughter, I had to get my hands dirty just to get clean money. Guiding her through her nightmares because they're mine. That's work. That is work, sir. And I just implore you to continue to do the same thing that you're doing. Keep turning it up. Keep putting in the work. Keep pounding the streets because people are listening and folks are seeing what you're doing, man. Continue to do just that. Look, folks, we have reached the end of the night. It has been absolutely amazing. Every single artist, listen, to every artist who touched this microphone this evening, from our new folks to our usual suspects, I really can't thank you enough. Really, you make Thursday night what it is. As a Jedi Master said, we've been doing this for about 5 years now, and it's because of folks like you who continue to come through, who continue to find us, who continue to share their absolute truth. I can't thank you enough, really. Make sure you are plugging in with all things New Eureka Poets Cafe. Again, we have the final Friday Slam going on tomorrow night, so make sure you plug in. Shout out Joski C, shout out Mathematics, shout out Larry Richardson, shout out Poetic Desire, shout out Godchild. Make sure y'all posting up. We're going to jump into the cipher for a few minutes. Listen, really, it has been an incredible night. Make sure you finish National Poetry Month strong. If you're going 30 for 30, finish strong, baby. I believe in you, for real. And we're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarit. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Till next week, peace and blessings.